number 33, the beast from the east. The man that can't give up a side. Tarazi. Wearing number 21. We call him the Man Mountain. Hard as rock, tough as nails. Give up a real Ricky. Wearing number 10, Mr. Swoodini. He's a GB International. Give it up for the youngest in charge, Jules Dan Apollo. Wearing number 9, the professional, Mr. Community King. Give it up for Josh Rogers. Wearing number 4, also from North London. Give it up for AJ All Day Roberts. From South London, he's ready. Give it up for Enrique and Lucas. Wearing number 13, we call him the Beardy Boy Wonder. Give it up for O.J. Paul and Jacqueline. Wearing number 15, he's not the boy next door. Sharing the show, give up the nasty real neighbor. And a big welcome back. Just in time. Just landed. Just landed. Give it up for number 20. Big game. Wes Westbrook. And last but by no means least, give it up for the numbers. NBA Live, Matthew Byron Manning. And as ever, your roles are coached by Sideline Supremo, February. Not that it needs any more introduction or any more hype. This is a London South versus East.
And welcome to BBL action here. It's the Battle of London between the London City Royals and the London Lions. Mike Weber joined by Deacon Lloyd Smith. A lot at stake between these two teams, not just in the standings, of course. The Lions, of course, want to lock up first place here in the BBL standings, and the Royals, they're trying to make a push up. They still think they can catch Leicester and Newcastle for second and third, but they've also got the Glasgow Rocks coming right up on their tail right now. And of course, there's city bragging rights between these two teams that know each other well.
Absolutely. Standings is nice. This one, as you can feel in the arena tonight, is about bragging rights. The two teams have played. They know each other now. It's not on as even, but it could be after tonight. It's a big game.
There's a big absence from the lineup tonight for the London Lions, and that is in the form of Jordan Spencer, who dropped 38 points on the Royals last time these two teams met up. Spencer rolled his ankle in the game last Friday against the Sheffield Sharks. A big loss, Dickon, for the London Lions.
Absolutely. Jordan Spencer made a lot of people sit up and take note when he reacted to a fairly slow trophy final performance against the Royals and came out and remedied that in the last game with a big performance. The Lions will miss him.
Rebounding is going to be a story tonight as well, as the Royals have struggled in the rebounding department. Were out-rebounded by Glasgow in their last game, 34-26. Of course, the Lions have some of the best offensive rebounders in the BBL, in Curvin Bristol, along with Ladarius Tabb and Brendan Peel, all in the top 10 in the BBL. And do you expect to see the Royals packing the paint on rebounding and not leaking out? It's going to throw off their fast break game a little bit, but maybe that's just a pill you have to swallow.
It certainly is, especially in transition. There is not a better offensive rebounder than Ladarius Tabb when it comes to effort in the BBL. It's obviously been something that the Royals will have had to focus on in the build-up to this game, and it will be a key battleground.
Bench points are also going to be a big story tonight. The Royals have an advantage over the Lions in that respect, and they've got a lot of impact out of Sam Tolawasi, who led the Royals with 12 points in his last game against the Rocks. Talk a little bit about what Sam the Man brings to the Royals for their bench.
Absolutely, we see it every week with Sam Tolawasi in particular. Just comes in and does the things that need to get done. He can stand in the corner and knock down a three, but he will also find his way into the short corner and pull offensive rebounds. He'll set screens, he'll guard people, and just do whatever it is you need him to do, really.
We also have Wes Washburn back into the lineup for the Royals after sitting a couple games out while he had visa issues sorted out. What kind of impact does he make for the Royals?
We have the most interesting, save maybe Connor Washington, who deserves to be in the conversation. You have maybe the most interesting point guard battle in the BBL to watch tonight.
So we're just about ready to tip things off here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center in front of another big crowd. They've packed the Palace, and the Royals have Neighbor, Brian Manning, Lucas, Orland Jackman, and Washburn to start. For the Lions, it's Bristol, Peel, Robinson, Lockhart, and Ladarius Tabb. So important for the Royals also to get some three-point shooting out of Will Neighbor and Ed Lucas, who have been quiet in the last couple of games.
Absolutely, the two have been on a mini slump, a two-game slump. The Royals can't afford for them to continue that, especially not at the same time. Interesting to see Ashley Hamilton not starting the game too.
Robinson, watched by Lucas now. On to Lockhart, the Bayesian international. He's watched by Washburn. And now it's Robinson, the reigning BBL MVP. Robinson swings it to Peel. Three ball, triggers it, nothing but net for Brandon Peel, the product of Central Connecticut.
Big start there for the Lions. A bit of overhelp from the Royals from the weak side. There's no real need to be coming that far off Brandon Peel there.
Jackman finds Washburn, the southpaw, lets the three ball go, and bringing it down is Ladarius Tabb. The London Flyer in transition now. He's watched by Jackman. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Bristol working on Brian Manning. Skip pass, Lockhart. They swing it. Tabb in the corner, and he drains it all the way from Stratford.
Clinical execution from the Lions. First two possessions down. Absolutely no threat to the atmosphere, and he was going to get to this team.
Lucas on the wing, watched by Robinson. And now it's Brian Manning working on Bristol. Brian Manning backing in. Strong move by the big man in the finger roll. It's NBA Live time here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center.
That's a big time move. Patience.
Robinson watched by Lucas. Robinson gets a screen from Peel. Crossing over, pulls up for three. Difficult shot, and he banks it. Justin Robinson, and how about this start? The Lions lights out from beyond the arc.
If you're Ed Lucas, you can't do much more than that defensively. You stayed in front, hand in the shot. That's a lucky bank shot, really.
Washburn into the corner now. It's Jackman with the jab step. Neighbor, have to get him established. Backing in, fading, short. Jackman digging for it. Jackman comes up with it, gathers himself. Jackman, and the presence of Bristol.
Already we see from the Royals early looking to go in the post. In the trophy final, the way they played in the post and the Lions struggled to handle it, decided the game. So you can see a clear mission to get the ball in the post early here from the Royals.
Bristol, stolen. Neighbor hitting the deck for it. Now it's Brian Manning one-on-one. Brian Manning puts on the brakes, dishes, and Neighbor can't handle the pass.
Great effort from Will Neighbor there. He's 6'11", power forward, throwing himself on the floor.
Just 9 assists last game for the Royals against the Rocks, so they're looking to share the sugar a little bit, and getting some easy baskets was on the mind of Brian Manning there. Here's a pull-up J from Robinson. Justin Robinson, 5 points just like that. And you see why he was the BBL MVP last year, with a couple of stints abroad in Cyprus and Greece. This is Ed Lucas. On to Brian Manning, West Croydon native, backing in on Bristol. Couple of bigs going to work. Brian Manning feeling it in the early going. MBA against Big Curvin Bristol will be a great matchup to watch. Bristol leading the BBL in blocks this year, up over 1.5 rejections a game. Here's Lockhart into Peel. Peel all the way to the rack, and he doesn't finish, and he gathers the rebound, and that's those second chance points we talked about, Dickon.
Absolutely. Actually, Brandon Peel turned down a shot that he would normally take on the free throw line there, and it nearly cost him, but nobody on the Royals helping out on the boards.
Brian Manning, double comes. Tries to go behind the back with the pass, and it's stolen. Now it's Robinson the other way.
You'd imagine if the Lions score here, we'll see timeout from the Royals.
And they do just that. Robinson gets the basket, and just like you said, Coach, it's a timeout for the London City Royals. They need to slow things down. A 15-4 run from the London Lions, and it's gone just by the textbook for Coach Vince McCauley.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're the London Lions. You come over here with a fairly noisy support with you, maybe making more noise than the home crowd right now, and you've started the game hot.
If you are the City Royals, how do you switch the momentum back in your favor on this one?
You don't need to panic. You know, you've come out and you're 9 points down, or in fact 11 points down, my mistake, sorry. But your opponent has hit everything that's come off their hand, so there's no real need to panic. Just a little bit more composure, extra split second of decision making, and a bit more execution in transition maybe.
You think it's time to go into the bench if you're head coach Jay Williams at this point?
You see LVC Dusha in plain clothes, so it's unlikely he would come in here, and this is a moment where Junior Williams would like to go to him. So
the London Lions shooting 6 of 7 from the floor, scorching hot right now, the visitors. And of course, they have revenge on their mind after dropping that epic game up in Glasgow for the BBL trophy, where they fell to the Royals in overtime after a big comeback. A three-pointer from Ed Lucas, who has the ball right now for the Royals. This is Washburn. Started the season over in Germany, spent some time in the NBA G League as well.
We're also seeing Ashley Hamilton in plain clothes there, so it looks like the captain is injured for the Royals.
Neighbor on to Lucas. Lucas
switching defense from the Lions. Now you have Lockhart on Will Neighbor.
And he traveled.
There's a bailout there for the London Lions. If you're going to switch Lockhart onto Will Neighbor, you'd expect a bucket on that catch.
Lockhart. He's played a big role of late for the London Lions. He was second on scoring against the Rocks with 11 points. There's a dummy that's missed at the other end, and it's a charge against Wes Washburn. And everything going the way of the London Lions so far in the early going.
Yeah, if you're the Royals, you need to weather this storm, keep your head together. You're not getting the calls, the shot's not dropping, and it is for your opponent. This is about mental toughness right here.
Lockhart and Washburn, a couple of terriers on the defensive end. Bristol, Lockhart driving, double comes, Bristol from the elbow. It's short, the rebound, and it's Robinson with the 3-ball. Nothing but net from JR.
And that's punishment right there. Ladarius Tab on the boards, gets a hand to it. You don't clear it up, and Justin Robinson will punish you for that.
Washburn rising up for the jumper. Jackman tries to save it, and he stepped on the end line. And we're going to have A.J. Roberts, the former Hemel Storm, checking into this one for Ed Lucas.
If you're the Royals, you probably need to look at your spacing. Everything's a little bit crowded. Everybody kind of toes on the three-point line. Nobody's spacing the floor.
Certainly they look to establish Brian Manning early, and he's the type of player that can command that double team. Also got to get Will Neighbor out for some three-pointers. He has that gravitational pull to open up the lanes. Shooting 48% from beyond the arc this year. Lockhart short on the 3. Washburn tracks it down. Northern Iowa star on to Brian Manning on the bounce, and he draws the foul.
It's a good call from the official. Bristol's dropped his shoulder in there, out of position.
So Washburn will inbound now on the end line for the Royals. They'll run a stack here. Washburn into Jackman. Jackman, OJ for three, and it's short. Neighbor tracks it down. Neighbor with the turnaround, can't get it to go. Robinson the other way. Robinson showing some handles, working on Jackman. Gets the screen from Bristol. He's got a mismatch with Neighbor now.
Probably need to give him the jump shot here. You can't allow him to get to his mid-range.
And Robinson on fire, unconscious right now. Justin Robinson, 12 points so far. Washburn looking to answer with the drive and can't finish. Tab in transition and can't quite grab the handle on it. This is Lockhart. On to Bristol up top. Robinson gets the screen from Bristol. Robinson crossing over. Step back three, doesn't go. Neighbor hits the boards. Roberts checking in at the small forward position for the Royals.
Absolutely need a score here if you're the London City Royals.
Brian Manning working on Bristol. Brian Manning short. And the double comes and Robinson picks up the board.
And nobody on the offensive glass for the Royals. One player attacking the boards.
Robinson. Skip pass, Lockhart. Three ball is denied by Washburn. Rising up for the block. Washburn with numbers.
And that's an unsportsmanlike foul.
So a foul from behind on Wes Washburn.
Referees have judged him to have made a play on the ball. You can understand where he's coming from.
Oharobi and Tolawasi will check in for the Royals, and it's a timeout now called from the London Lions. And we talked a little bit about offensive rebounding, and of course transition baskets also another big story in this one. Ladarius Tapp, the best player in the BBL on the fast break. Do you think his presence is perhaps having the Royals stay back and not crash the boards in the offensive end?
It could be a decision that's going on down there. Justin Robinson too is also very effective with the ball in his hands in transition, but a huge part of the Lions transition offense is Jordan Spencer, and he's not here today. It's also interesting to see Coach Vince McCauley call timeout here. In fact, if you're the Royals, you're probably quite pleased with that timeout. If you, at this point in time, you don't want to burn two from the first half in the first quarter, but things aren't going on right, so Coach Williams may be quite grateful for another chance to talk this one up and draw up a play.
So the Lions absolutely sizzling right now at 61%, 4 of 6 from behind the arc. And for the Royals, 2 of 10 right now. The offense looking a little bit stagnant.
Anemic is the better word. Everything's front of the rim, no real clean looks. The shots that Manning's had, he's made them himself in the post. They need to execute something here and get a good look.
Robinson with a game-high 12 for the Lions, and it's Brian Manning leading the charge for the Royals with 4. Here's Oharobi, Jackman.
Bit of a zone look here from the London Lions.
Roberts, jab step.
You can imagine that working in the favor of the London City Royals, actually.
And it's 3 in the key on Will Oharobi, who had just been camped in the paint there. So turnover on the Royals, and it's going to be Lockhart and Bristol checking out. Flo Larkai coming into this one, along with Paul Guide. And Roberts is going to hound Robinson the full length of the court. The Royals showing a little bit of length at Robinson right now. Robinson.
Certainly a tactic we've seen other teams successfully use with Justin Robinson.
Washburn glides to the basket for 2. What a game he's having on the defensive end. A block and a steal already.
And they will need him to do that.
Robinson. 14 points to the good for the London Lions. Tapp. Watched by Washburn. Tapp. This is Peel. Tapp wide open in the corner. Tapp attacks. And now it's Roberts with the board. Over to Washburn. Washburn slows it down. And now it's Oharobi getting the seal in the block. Oharobi goes to the left hand. And it's going to be last touch on Jackman. And the Lions captain Joe Akinawim going to check in here. 2:10 to go in this first, and it's been a slow start for the captain Joe Akinawim, slowed by injury, but seems to have found his place right now.
Hey, he comes off the bench and he brings vital experience into the second unit. Although you have to say, if you're the London City Royals, this Lions lineup here is one that you can capitalize on for the last 2 minutes of this game.
Gweed pulls the trigger on the three. Brian Manning comes down with the board. And looks like he took it in the chops there, but will play on. He's a tough cookie. This is Oharobi. Brian Manning spinning, finger roll, doesn't go. Oharobi with the offensive board. Out to Washburn, three ball, wide open, and he drains it all the way from Peckham. Just what the doctor ordered for the Royals. Tap. Robinson. Gweed. He's not shy from behind the arc. Gweed. Tolowasi with the steal. Tolowasi numbers, 3-on-2. Washburn all the way. Washburn, nice finish from the Iowa native. And we'll get a timeout here called by the London Lions.
And now if you're the London Lions, you've burned 2 timeouts in the first quarter. It's a 9-point game and a lot of your hard work is going down the drain in a very short period of time.
So difficult to integrate players in and out of the lineup, and it looked like it was a little bit of a slow start for Wes Washburn, but he seems to have found his rhythm now.
A player that's that explosive, it won't take long.
Washburn with 11 points on Tuesday night against the Glasgow Rocks. And how about this Glasgow Rocks team? They were out of the playoff picture early in the season. They've won 4 straight, suddenly in 5th place, putting a lot of pressure on the Royals right now for 4th spot.
Absolutely, and we saw them here in the Palace, and they looked dysfunctional for the trophy semi-final. They didn't look happy amongst themselves, arguing with the referee. Recent games, there's been a coaching change, and they look a lot more focused. Seems to have re-galvanized the group, and it's definitely a threat that the Royals need to be careful of. You don't want to drop down the playoff rankings.
Kieran Achara announcing earlier this week that this will be his last season in the BBL. What an influence he's had on the league.
What an influence he's had on British basketball. The word role model is thrown around far too easily in sport in general. Kieran Achara is what a role model in sport should look like.
GB International always answered the call for the national team. This is Robinson now, watched by Tolowasi. Akinawim. Tap. And now it's Larkai. Gweed, 8 on the shot clock. Gweed pulls the trigger, and he rattles it in. Paul Gweed.
You'll probably still live with that shot if you are the London City Royals. Maybe you don't want to take that one, though.
And it's last touch on Oharobi, crashing the offensive boards, and will be London Lion ball here on the end line. So 39 seconds to go, a chance to go 2 for 1 if you're the London Lions here.
Absolutely, and if you're Sam Tolowasi, you gave up the opportunity for the 2 for 1 by going too early.
Robinson, Larkai getting a seal. Akinawim pulls the trigger and he nails it.
This London Lion team has come here to punish every mistake they can.
All the way from Camden, Joe Akinawim. Oharobi. 6-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Brian Manning, and he'll go to the free throw line. And if you're the City Royals and you've been struggling to get baskets, not a bad move to try and get to the free throw line.
Excellent look to see Matthew Brian Manning coming from the perimeter. Coming at that speed, he's a mobile guy. It's very, very difficult to handle coming at you.
Brian Manning has struggled at the free throw line, and the Royals cannot afford to give up free points here at the charity stripe.
Royals also have fouls to give. With 16 seconds left on the clock after these free throws, let's see if they can use them.
It's Matthew Brian Manning returning back to London to play his professional basketball after very successful stints abroad, winning titles in Argentina, Mexico, Japan, and France. Of course, he had a terrific career at the University of Washington, playing with future NBAers Isaiah Thomas, Terrence Ross, and Justin Holiday. This is Lockhart. Gweed. The press is on for the Royals. Gweed over the timeline. Roberts hounding him. Gweed with the blow by. Lockhart thought about it, attacks, Gets the finger roll and it doesn't go. Oharobi, can he get it off? And that will do it for the first quarter of play. So the London Lions out in front, 26-12 over the Royals. Textbook start here for the visitors.
Absolutely, it looked like they'd blown it in the air, but two quick possessions of good execution and poor execution from the Royals, and the lead is back where it was.
We'll be back here with more second quarter action in just a minute. So we're back here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. Mike Weber joined by Dick and Lloyd Smith. And the Battle of London has been a one-sided affair so far here for the visitors, the London Lions, coming in here and putting on a show with some clinical finishing. 55% from the floor, 60% from behind the arc. You're not going to win too many games if you let your opposition shoot those kind of numbers.
Absolutely. You would say that some of those have been very, very good looks as well. There's been some contested shots drop. You know, the bank shot from Justin Robinson, the off the dribble shot, I think from Paul Guide that you might take, but and Joey can win. But at the end of the day, you're going to need to step up on a defensive end and hope that your opponent doesn't shoot like that, or it will be a very, very long night.
Roberts, Washburn, Oharobi, Brian Manning, Tolawasi for the Royals. For the Lions, Akinawim, Peel, Lockhart, Guide, and Bristol. Roberts on the wing. Brian Manning trying to get a seal on the block. Gets it now. Backing in on Bristol. Spinning, nice move. And it's going to be an offensive foul judged on Matthew Brian Manning.
And that would be a very frustrating foul if you're Matthew Brian Manning. You can't really see what the foul is. He looks like he's pivoted round. There's not really an extension of the arm to hook.
Lockhart, the veteran now, 32 years of age, the Bayesian international, on to Paul Guide. Guide back to Lockhart. Lockhart working on Washburn, gets the pick, and now Washburn picks it up in transition. Washburn driving, and he'll go to the free throw line. The Northern Iowa graduate doing it all here for the Royals. He's been a bright spot here for the home side. He's
almost putting the Royals on his back right now with his ability to turn the Lions over and turn into transition quickly.
6 turnovers in the early going here for the Royals. They're going to need to protect the rock better in this one.
Absolutely, and some of them coming in transition will be especially frustrating.
So Wes Washburn, the southpaw, makes good on the first attempt from the charity stripe, and certainly plays at a faster pace, and very talented at running the half-court offense, something the Royals were lacking a little bit in the last couple of games.
And with Dusha on the bench tonight, it's certainly going to be something that they're going to need from him. So first minutes here for Jules Dangakado. Royals also going to need a big game from him here.
So the youngster, 22 years of age, out of Ealing, Hammersmith, and West London College. GB International, bright future for him. Spent some years in Slovenia. This is Guide at the short corner. Peel can't get it to go, and it's Brian Manning with the board.
Great job by Will Oharobi pushing it, tempo running the floor. Can they take advantage of that and get him the ball down here?
Roberts gets the screen. Roberts attacking. Roberts with the left hand. doesn't get the roll. Brian Manning with some second chance points here for the Royals. 10-point game here at the Palace. Skip pass, and Lockhart stepped out of bounds, so a turnover on the Lions.
Nice energy for the Royals coming out here. Started the quarter in the right frame of mind.
Got a lot of length out there on the floor. A.J. Roberts and Dangakoto very good at forcing steals and bringing some defensive presence here to the Royals.
And you have to say that this zone look for the Lions on defense actually helps the Royals. They've not managed to get any kind of rhythm against the man and the pressure.
There he is, Will Neighbor for that above the break three. He passes it up. Dangakoto!
That's a foul.
Off the glass, can't get it to go.
All of a sudden the ball is moving, it's going inside, it's kicking back outside again. They're getting ball reversals and the closeouts to attack. It's a lot more comfortable for the Royals on the offensive end right now.
Very important as well that they get Neighbor going from behind the arc. He's that prototypical stretch four. He's got that gravitational pull to bring Peel or Bristol out of the paint and guard him and open lanes up.
Absolutely, just about every way you look at it, the Royals are better with him on the floor, especially because of the way he can shoot it. And the games when they don't win, you often see that he hasn't had a great night from behind the three-point line.
Earlier shooting at above 50%, 53% to be precise. He was leading the BBL. He's dropped off a little bit to 47% now. This is Ed Lucas, another guy that has been in a bit of a funk lately for the Royals.
Absolutely. He's a shooter, and if the shots aren't coming for him, sometimes you're looking for him to find ways to create a shot for himself too.
Gweed on to Peel. The Central Connecticut graduate on to Gweed, and he doesn't get the three to go. Oharobi tracks it down.
Contested shot there from Gweed. At that point in the shot clock, you'll take that if you're the London City Royals all night.
Dangakoto, three ball, calls his own number and makes it rain from behind the arc.
That's a big boy shot.
6-point lead now for the Lions. Royals clawing back in this. Lockhart being pestered by Dangakoto.
Struggling to live with the pressure there.
7 on the shot clock. Robinson. Lockhart, deep three.
Again, that's a shot you'll live with if you're the London City Royals.
Neighbor,
can you get a rim runner?
Neighbor. Banks it and tips it in. Oh, the way.
And now if you're Vince McCauley, those timeouts you already burned are starting to burn you.
4-point lead now. Old Mo has shifted in the way of the Royals right now. Almost like a sixth player out there on the court. Lockhart, Gweed, Robinson lets the three go, and it's long. Peel on the offensive boards, and that's going to be last touch on Will Oharobi. And that's that offensive rebounding. Brandon Peel.
Even if they don't get it, they're still causing you issues. They're deflecting it. This Lions team really does work hard.
So be Oharobi checking out. Jackman comes in. Jackman, of course, in the top 10 in the BBL in steals.
If you're the Lions, you're probably quite pleased to see Oharobi go off the floor there. He was pulling rebounds and occupying space in the lane.
Royals with the rebounding advantage, 15-10. Peel, and he traveled. Gotta have your Oyster card if you want to travel in London.
I'm not sure where Brandon Peel's from, but they probably don't have Oyster cards there.
The American, what a addition he has been to this Lions squad. And of course, the MVP of the BBL Cup against Glasgow Rocks earlier this season, and Dangakoto with a nice drive getting to the free throw line.
Dangakoto's telling Lockhart that he can't guard him.
A very, very crafty guard, Jules Dangakoto. He's got that Euro step, he's got that explosiveness, he's got that tight handle. The only thing missing in his game right now is that three-point shot, but we've seen him working on it and, of course, knocking a couple down tonight.
It'll take a while for the numbers to match up, but it's certainly improving, especially off the dribble. On a catch and shoot, he tends to overthink it, tends to mess with the rhythm of his shot, but off the dribble, he seems to let it go quite cleanly.
So Lamar Roberts, the big man, will check in here for the Lions and give them some size. Don't see too much of Lamar Roberts, the third string center for the Lions, but I think we'll see the Royals perhaps look to push the tempo and run now with Lamar Roberts out there.
Absolutely. That's something that you can punish.
Dangakoto knocks it down, and the Royals are back to within 2, a one-possession game here at the Palace. Peel, the press is on. Peel on to Robinson. Robinson needs to get a basket here for the Lions. They need to get a score some way or another. Roberts backing in, the double comes, throws it up and gets it off the window.
Not so sure about the technique on that one.
Brian Manning with the rim run, and it doesn't go.
It's very unlucky not to get a whistle there, but he needs to get back on defense.
5-on-4 at the moment here for the Lions. Robinson, and he draws the foul. So end-to-end action, and it will be 16 on the shot clock here for the Lions.
Need to stay focused if you're the London City Royals here. You can see this ball's going to find its way to Justin Robinson, and he's probably going to be shooting a 3-ball at you.
Lockhart to inbound now. Peel coming off a screen. Roberts inside. Roberts denied inside. Throws it up again and will go to the free throw line. The big man battling in the paint.
Baby Shaq.
How about the work of Matthew Brian Manning with the block? Up in the top 10 in the BBL in blocks with over 1 a game. And of course we saw him swat 5 shots against the Sheffield Sharks earlier this season.
One of the biggest defensive presences in the BBL. It's a real asset to have.
A 7'4" wingspan, Matthew Brian Manning.
I'm sure it was 7'3" last time. Maybe 7'2" the time before that.
He's growing still. 30 years old, you can still grow.
Absolutely.
Roberts goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
And will we see a Hacker Roberts as the game progresses if he stays on the floor?
Could be something Coach Jay Williams goes to. This is Dangakoto up top now. Dangakoto. Get the screen from Brian Manning. Attacks Roberts. Pulls up with the rainbow. Neighbor looking for it. 2 Royals come crashing down. It's 5-on-3 for the Lions.
Somebody needed to give a foul there. You're in trouble. You obviously you got to make a play on the ball, but you're going to need to give a foul there.
Peel with a nice cut. Peel with the turnaround. Nicely done from the American.
Makes it a 6-point game. Back comes Dangakoto.
Dangakoto will run the half-court offense now. He's got Will Neighbor up top, Brian Manning, and Ed Lucas coming off a screen.
And you'd imagine this will be a basket here for the London City Royals.
Jackman with the cut, and it's tipped away. Dangakoto, 6 on the shot clock. Neighbor from downtown, Will Neighbor, the boy next door.
Was it a 2 or a 3?
And it looks like they give him a 3, so it's within 3 points now. The Royals clawing back.
Maybe the line on the floor, there's a little blurred.
Robinson driving. Robinson into the paint. Kick out. Lockhart.
That's how you need to guard Justin Robinson, but then you need to stay awake on the relocation.
Robinson knocks it down. He is hot tonight.
Royals did a great job of packing the paint and showing length on the drive. Forced him into an unplanned kick out and then didn't stay attached on the relocation.
15 for JR, who's on his way to another big night here.
What you just saw there is one of the most dangerous shots in basketball is a point guard relocating back out.
Robinson got Lucas on him. Robinson, step back. Peel, 3-ball. Peel, and it doesn't go. On the boards, Jackman with a big rebound. Jackman to Lucas. Transition 3 for an easy Ed. It doesn't go. Roberts tracks it down. Roberts in a bit of trouble. Gets it on to Lockhart now. Lockhart watched by Jackman. Lockhart on the dribble. Dribble penetration.
Looks like a travel there too.
Loose ball, and it's swatted away. Brian Manning comes down with it. Hands it off now to Dangakoto. Dangakoto, Neighbor. Extra pass. Lucas in the corner. Doesn't go.
Rushed it a little bit.
And Robinson now. will bring it up over the timeline for the Lions as Akinwum gets ready to check back in.
Robinson's going to take the sting out of this right now. He can feel the tempo is suiting the London City Royals and the crowd is engaged. And he's turned it over.
Steal all alone. Nasty Neighbor misses the gimme, gets it back.
Just put the ball in the basket, man. Jeez.
Tentativeness from Will Neighbor, and not using his size to his advantage. You know, 6'11". Coach Jay Williams wants to see Neighbor go up strong.
I wonder if he saw Akeem Olajuwon or Serge Ibaka out the corner of his eye, because that was Ladarius Tab next to him.
So Neighbor will go to the free throw line. One of the best pure shooters here in the BBL. A couple of great shooters in this game. Justin Robinson, of course, a fantastic shooting stroke. He has Neighbor from the free throw line 73% on the season. Been slow in his last couple of games. He had just 6 points on Tuesday night against the Rocks, and the last time these two teams met on the 19th at the Copper Box Arena, Neighbor had 12 against the Lions. So he goes 1 of 2, and Peel reels in the defensive board.
I guess the only benefit there if you're Will Neighbor and the Royals is that you've drawn another foul on Ladarius Tab, so he will sit the rest of this quarter now.
Lockhart. Larkai with the spin move, and Neighbor hitting the glass.
Look at that rim run from Will Ahorobi. Like a gazelle. Love to see that.
Washpin working on Peel. Neighbor.
That's a foul.
And doesn't get the whistle. Robinson over the timeline. Akinwum, 3-ball, and he drains it. The captain providing veteran leadership.
Akinwum says, I can win this.
Tough swing there for the Royals. No call on Neighbor, and then a 3-ball from Big Joe. This is Jackman now, and we have unsportsmanlike against Neighbor, and Robinson getting tangled up as temper's starting to flare. So Robinson, of course, was thrown out last game against the Rocks, and frustration starting to boil over for JR. The Brixton Top Cap product, making another case for BBL MVP again this season. Dick.
Has to be front runner with the Lions in the position they are in the league right now.
20-3, the London Lions on the season.
This is a big swing in the game right here.
It's an 8-point game here. Neighbor makes it 7. And checking in now for the Lions is Jonathan James, the product of Hackney Community College. 22-year-old getting his first action. So Vince McCauley going deep into his bench here on this one.
Possibly not by choice.
It's a busy time of the year. Of course, the Royals play again tomorrow night against the Newcastle Eagles in what should be a fantastic match. 4th place against 3rd. Now it's Washpin. And we got a foul off the ball.
It's an offensive foul. Looks like it's on Will Ahorobi. It didn't look like a well-timed screen, though. It was difficult to see with the traffic in there, but it didn't look like he waited for the screen to set.
So 6-point advantage here for the London Lions. Peel, Lockhart, Robinson, James, and Akinwum. Bit of a small squad out there for the Lions. If you're the Royals, perhaps you go inside in the paint.
You might see Matthew Bryan-Manning come back in the game too.
Akinwum, Robinson, skip pass to Lockhart. James open in the corner. Akinwum, Lockhart.
If you're the Royals, you probably will leave James open in the corner there too.
3 on the shot clock. It's a deep one. Rattles in and out. And now it's Jackman with the board. Washpin the other way with it. Jackman, 3-ball. In rhythm, doesn't go. And now it's Akinwum with the board.
Had the lane to drive too.
Robinson gets the screen. Lockhart attacks the closeout. Off the window, doesn't go. Peel, and it's going to be a last touch on Brandon Peel.
It's very unlucky for Brandon Peel. It's a good effort there on the glass.
Sam Tolawasi is going to check in for Will Neighbor. Tolawasi, the Nigerian international, started this season in Italy. And Jackman rolls it into Washburn with 1:13 left to go in the first half. Wes Washburn.
If you're the Royals, you maybe want to go something simple here. Instead of trying to throw it in the post, just try and get Washburn going in a pick and roll up top. Clear some space out the way, that's it. That's what you want to be doing.
Washburn pulls up, it's a deep two. Tolawasi going to work on the glass, and it's going to be last touch by Akinwumi. How about that effort from Sam?
Absolutely what they need, and it's exactly what he does.
He brings his lunch pail, puts his hard hat on, and gives you those minutes where really brings out workman-like effort, and this is Washburn recovering the ball. Nice pass. Jackman, Euro step. It doesn't go, and he'll go to the free throw line. A foul on Andre Lockhart.
Fouls have definitely been an issue for the Lions so far.
So with 50.2 seconds to go here, Ladarius Tapp is going to come in for Andre Lockhart as Orland Jackman will head to the free throw line. Of course, Orland Jackman, a graduate of Oklahoma City University, the 6'7" small forward. And Jackman makes good on the first. Played the role of captain earlier in the season and serving as captain tonight with Ashley Hamilton out of the lineup. A big loss for the Royals. Of course, Hamilton, BBL Trophy MVP with 25 points up in Glasgow.
Has been playing extremely well at a very good level as well.
Robinson. Tap. Robinson. Akinwumi. James. Akinwumi driving. Peel fading, doesn't go, and it's Oharobi gathering it. Washburn. 3-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Lucas on James. Oharobi in the corner. Oharobi directing traffic. Skip pass, Lucas, short corner, rattles in and out. Oharobi, can he gather it? It's Robinson with 6 to go. Robinson driving, triple team comes. Robinson, nice pass, Tab, and he gets it to go. Big basket, and it's 38-32 after the first half here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center. In a game of 2 quarters, Dickin, it was all London Lions to start, and the Royals have weathered the storm and come back here.
And possessions like that very last one there is the only difference. We have a 6-point game, and it's been in those late clock, last few possession situations where the Lions have executed, and the Royals have chosen poor shot selection.
Certainly tightened up on the defensive end. The Lions shooting now just 42%, the Royals at 30. How do these teams get their offenses flowing a little bit better here in the second half?
Well, that zone look for the Royals on the defensive end really seemed to stymie the flow of the Lions offense and keep them off the glass. They did a great job. And it was almost the complete opposite on the other end.
So 38-32, the visitors, if you will, the London Lions out in front over the City Royals. Of course, the London Lions have swept the Royals so far here in league play, and they're looking for a perfect 3-0 against their crosstown rivals. I'm Mike Weber, joined by Dickin Lloyd-Smith. We'll be back with more BBL action in just a minute. Do stay with us. This one's going to be a great finish.
Fantastic support. And to all the other primary schools inside the palace tonight, welcome. Let's make this a habit. We appreciate you. Royals all about the community.
Welcome back to the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre, one of the meccas of British basketball, for the Battle of London here between the London Lions and the London City Royals. BBL Cup winners against BBL Trophy winners, respectively. Mike Weber joined by Dickon Lloyd-Smith. And Dickon, we talked going into this one how the bench favored the Royals and second chance points favor the Lions. We've got a bit of a role reversal going here. Second chance points favoring the Royals right now, 10-5, and bench points favoring the Lions, 11-6. Basketball full of surprises.
Absolutely. There is, of course, some context missing to that. You know, it was actually not starting unit that did the damage for the Royals, but it was scoring from their starters when they were in the second unit that did that damage. Specifically in that quarter there, the second quarter there.
Justin Robinson leading all scorers with 15 points right now. Of course, Jordan Spencer not in the lineup after rolling his ankle against Sheffield. You would have thought that the Royals would be able to key in on Robinson a little bit better because of that. But nonetheless, we're seeing just how good Justin Robinson is tonight.
He shoots it a high percentage from three. He can really light you up, and they've let him do it so far. Having said that, when he has got in the lane, they've done a decent job of loading up to him and forcing him to kick it out and making life difficult for him. If he's going to live from the three-point line for the entire game, maybe that will slow down now.
We haven't seen much of Lamar Roberts all season, but he got some extended run here for the Lions and led the Lions in rebounding with 4. You think we'll see Coach Vince McCauley lean on him again in the second half?
It's an interesting question. You might also think that he's given you some good production from where he is. Maybe that's the maximum he's going to give you.
There's certainly an issue there the Royals can exploit with speed if they want to run the court. Something to keep an eye on, but we're back to action here. Robinson on to Lockhart. And now this is Robinson. Robinson gets a screen from Bristol. Attacking, looking up top for Big Kev, and he throws it away.
Turnovers starting to become a factor for Justin Robinson here.
Washburn, he's going to be watched by Lockhart. NBA, skip pass.
That's a great pass.
Orlin Jackman, ring it up.
Bit of Spain pick and roll there from the London City Royals. A back screen on the roller, collapsed the defense and kicked it to the corner, and that is not a pass that you should underrate from Wes Washburn.
Bristol. Lockhart up top. This is Peel. Peel, pump fake, lets it go.
That's a brick. Oh, and you need to deal with Ladarius Tab.
Ladarius Tab, no one boxes him out, and he makes the Royals pay. The athletic swingman coming over from Luxembourg last year, a product.
Scouting reports mean nothing when somebody just doesn't stop working.
Alabama A&M graduate, here's NBA. Kick out, Neighbor. 6 on the shot clock, pump fake. Spinning, Brian Manning. And it's Bristol bringing down the board. And good hustle from Brian Manning getting the jump ball.
And it's Royals ball. Good decision to lock him up there from Matthew Brian Manning. Looked like he was at risk of giving away a foul, but he executed it well.
He's got that basketball presence. Matthew Brian Manning. Orlin Jackman. Lucas. Finger roll, and he gets the floater.
Little runner there.
A nice runner from Easy Ed, skip to my Lucas.
And that's important for the London City Royals. You're going to need to get him going here.
Lockhart, driving.
That's an offensive foul.
And Washburn knocked to the ground, but he's not going to get the call here.
Looked fairly clear, like Lockhart extended his elbow out and pushed out there.
Bristol up top. Watched by Brian Manning. Now Bristol on to Lockhart. Lockhart driving.
Need to stay awake on the Darius Tab there.
Peel, pump fake, attack. Peel to the left hand. Oh! Brian Manning, but they're going to count it. Goaltending against Matthew Brian Manning.
Good call. That one's hit the backboard first.
Brian Manning brought the help defense over, but Good job by Brandon Peel to get it off the glass first. So 5-point lead here for the London Lions. Looking to go 21-3 on the season. Jackman in the corner, it's short. Washburn with the board. Washburn, and he'll go to the free throw line. How about that? The smallest guy on the court getting the offensive board.
Same action again from the London City Royals with the back screen on the roller. London City Lions not really ready to rotate over to that. Left somebody open on the offensive glass. The ball just bounced to him.
The Royals have had their struggles in rebounding, but a good performance tonight here, rebounding the Lions 25-21, and Washburn knocks down the first from the charity stripe. What an addition he has been, solidifying the point guard spot for the Royals. Bristol, Lockhart. 4-point game, Lockhart on to Robinson. Got Lucas on him, skip pass to Tab. Tab attacks. Tab going up top. Tab gets the offensive board. And now Peel tracks it down.
It's that second jump from Ladarius Tab. He's up again before anybody's got back down again.
He's a springy player, Ladarius Tab, and now it's Lucas to get the screen from Jackman. Lucas driving with the right hand and a big block from Peel. At full extension, Tab going up top. Flight 9 cleared for Landon.
Explosive transition there from the London City Lions. Block the shot, go back down the other end, throw it down.
Lucas up top. Neighbor. Washburn. Brian Manning working on the block with Bristol. Neighbor driving with the floater. Brian Manning tips it in.
And if you got your ankles broken by Will Neighbor, it might be time to sit down.
Robinson, nice pocket pass. Peel, it doesn't go. He had ideas of a three-point play, but how about that cut from Brandon Peel and great vision from Justin Robinson.
It's a good little partnership they have there.
Justin Robinson averaging 5 assists a game. Dynamic duo in the backcourt for the Lions. Spencer averaging 6 assists on the season, so they're really sharing the sugar in the backcourt, finding the open man. And Coach Vince McCauley has really instilled a collective, unselfish offense here with this London Lions squad.
They execute on the offensive end. They're looking for the right shot for them every time down the floor.
Certainly done a great job since taking over as head coach last year. And it has been their year. They've led gate to gate here in the BBL. Second in the playoffs last year to the Leicester Riders. Jackman will check out now, and Tolowasi back into the game.
And here we have Jules Dangakato and a Wes Washburn in the backcourt. Defensively, this should be a real force for the London City Royals.
Neighbor backing in. Neighbor. Dangakato run off the line, air balls at Tolowasi going to work. He's stripped, and it's last touch on Ladarius Tab, who was pleading for an offensive foul there on Tolowasi.
He's asking for a push in the back, which is interesting.
So 8 on the shot clock here, as Dangakato will inbound from the end line. The Royals will run a stack. And Jules Dangakato banks it off a Lion to get a fresh 5 seconds. Inbound now. And they go up top to Washburn. Neighbor above the break 3. He loves them, and he's feeling it. Will Neighbor makes it rain.
That's way too much space out there. He may think he's too far, he's too deep, but he's not.
Robinson. The defense collapses. Robinson goes high off the glass, and now Tolowasi. Buckle up for Tolowasi time.
Gets one of those every game.
He's been
like clockwork.
All over the highlight reel. Loves to leak out and run the fast break. Sam the man.
And we have a real game of basketball right now.
Going up top. Tab. Can't get it to go. Peel with the offensive board. He's stripped. And it'll be a foul on the play to send Brandon Peel to the free throw line. End-to-end action. Highlight reel stuff here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center.
And this is BBL basketball at its best. Up and down, throwing it down, getting out in the break.
And another high flyer is checking in. Jarrell Okoru, he loves to play above the rim.
Do we have an unsportsmanlike foul here?
So just
no, we do not. Okay.
So Peel now, so happy to win the BBL Cup earlier this year. Said he didn't win a lot in college, high school ball, but finally happy to get some silverware, and what an integral role he played in that BBL Cup, being named MVP. Washburn in the half-court offense, Tolowasi on the wing. Neighbor. Dangakoto. 8 on the shot clock. Brian Manning trying to get a seal. Dangakoto throws it up, and he gets a circus shot on the spin move.
That's a little bit of a prayer that got answered there for JDA, you know.
1-point game. What a match, folks. Robinson, the other way, Robinson. Peel doesn't get it to go. Will go to the charity stripe for 2.
Possibly a good foul to give there, though.
Brandon Peel, a very good free throw shooter, and he's been terrific behind the three-point arc as well, shooting above 40%, but at the charity stripe, he's knocking them down at 83%. Just 24 years of age, Brandon Peel, and what a bright future he has, and a great signing by Coach Vince McCauley.
Absolutely, second year with the club, and he's got better this year too.
Peel knocks down the second, 2 points to the good for the London Lions here. With just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Dangakoto, Neighbor coming off a screen, and now up top it's Tolowasi trying to get a seal on the block. Dangakoto gets a screen from Brian Manning. Pick and roll. Dangakoto calls his own number. Tolowasi, great
kick it out, and that's a shot.
Neighbor driving, Neighbor. And some quick hands from Robinson. They've got numbers. Robinson, oh, what a steal. What a play from Washburn.
Jeez, that guy plays defense.
We have seen a difference maker on the defensive end, Wes Washburn.
If you're Justin Robinson, you're not going to get that play made in any other arena that you come to play in the BBL.
Lions had numbers, but Wes Washburn was up for it in more ways than one. Peel, Bristol, Robinson, crossing over, pulls the trigger, it's short. Tab, what an offensive board. Robinson gets a screen from Bristol.
We're going to get a moving screen called here. No, it doesn't seem we are.
Okoru, pump fake, puts it on the floor. Knifing, Okoru! And it looked like Neighbor got a piece of it.
Good defensive possession there from the London City Royals. Can you get a post touch here for Matthew Brian Manning? Oh, just a bit of patience and he had a touch there.
Dangakoto, skip pass, Washburn. Tolowasi, it's long and Peel reels it in.
Again, that's not the look you want. You don't need to pull the trigger on that one.
Okoru! Nice patience from Jarrell, waiting Washburn for 2. Good execution from the Lions. They had numbers.
And another missed opportunity for the London City Royals.
Dangakoto on to Tolowasi. Neighbor's got a seal. Neighbor on Peel. Pump fakes. Dangakoto. 3 on the shot clock. Dangakoto pulls up, deep 2, and he makes it. Jules Dangakoto, yes sir.
Came to play today.
JDA stepping up. Robinson attacking baseline. Robinson wide open to Okoru. Tab. And he loses the handle. Brian Manning gathers it. Washburn. End-to-end action here.
Another great defensive play by JDA on that end of the floor too.
Washburn. And it goes in and out. And now it's Robinson the other way. Robinson attacking. Robinson from the free throw line. Nothing but net. Smooth play from JR. High octane match here. Dangakoto showing some handles. What a day show, Matthew Brian Manning. How about that dime from JDA?
That was sweet.
What a game we are being treated to tonight, folks. London Lions, 2 points to the good over the London City Royals. Rim rattling, slam dunking, three-point marksmanship. We have seen it all here. Mike Weber joined by Dick and Lloyd Smith. Dick and Justin Robinson, very quiet here, has been kept off the scoreboard here in the third quarter. Lions need to get him going.
Absolutely, and you're seeing Wes Washburn willing to go under the screen and dare him to shoot it. The message is very clear, you're not getting to the rim. If you're going to take the three ball the whole night, that's your choice.
So the first two quarters, it was a tale of two different stories. The Lions outscoring the Royals 26-12 in the first before the Royals responded 20-12 in the second. Here in the third, it's been back and forth, pretty even, 17-15. The Royals out in front of the Lions with 2:15 left to go here on a Friday night in the nation's capital. Royals shooting at 34%, Lions at 40%. And from behind the three-point arc, both teams making it rain. The Royals 5 of 12, the Lions 8 of 19, both above 40%. Great numbers. And here's another guy shooting a three. Peel. He's a great three-point shooter, and he hits that one. Just cannot allow open looks in this game. Brian Manning. He's got a mismatch with Roberts. Nice cut, Tolowasi.
It's a great defensive play from Ladarius Tab there too. Recovered and altered the shot. Nothing but effort on that one.
And Ladarius Tab getting tangled up with Tolowasi. Referees understanding the intensity of this match and not teeing anybody up, letting the players play. That's what the crowd likes to see. And it's a packed one again here tonight at the Palace. A lot of Lions fans making the trip from north of the Thames, and now Deng Akoto, after some great minutes, will check out. He's got 10 points. Peel. And a foul called on Matthew Brian Manning as the Royals tried to execute the press.
Did execute the press. Maybe just the hands in the cookie jar, and now they go to the free throw line.
So Orland Jackman now will come in for Matthew Brian Manning with 1:45 left to go here in the third quarter. And Brandon Peel, what a third quarter he's had. 14 points on the night now for the real deal Peel.
Stepped up when the team needed him.
The 24-year-old out of Central Connecticut can't get the first one to go. Peel, Lockhart, Okoro, Tab, and Lamar Roberts. Very defensive-minded five for the London Lions right now. A lot of athleticism out there. Jackman, Tolowasi, Oharobi, Washburn, and Roberts. Will be interesting to see Oharobi and Roberts go to work in the paint. Two tough cookies that like to battle right around the rim. This is Washburn now, on to Roberts.
Back in the zone there for the London Lions.
Oharobi, muscling. Oharobi, it doesn't go, and Peel brings it down. Okoro. Lockhart now will direct traffic. Okoro, Lockhart. And Peel driving into the paint, and he loses the handle. Tab picks it up. Okoro's got two on the shot clock. Okoro doesn't go, and Oharobi brings it down.
Maybe Ladarius Tab sees the future, because he reacts to loose balls and offensive rebounds about 3 seconds before they happen. And that's
Washburn from downtown.
That's a big shot. Another push off from Lockhart, and he's got away with it again.
Lockhart, Peel, he's got space, Peel. Okoro, watched by Jackman, and he forces the steal.
You don't need to panic here, there's a shot clock violation coming, and then overreact.
Throws it down. Ladarius Tab and the London Lions looked like they were in trouble, but able to get it off before the shot clock. And now the Royals will play for a last shot here. Interesting to see if they go isolation here with Washburn. He gets the pick and roll now. Washburn driving, nice dish, Tolawasi throws it down.
And he's
any day of the week.
I think he may have told Ladarius Tabb something about that.
What a dunk. The drive, the dish, and the slam with the sledgehammer. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action in 1 minute's time. With us here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center, and what a game we are being treated to here. The London Lions 59-56. Dick and Lloyd Smith, you couldn't ask for anything better than this one. It's electric in here.
We're enjoying this one up in the commentary booth. I might just take the headset off and go join the crowd in a second.
There have been some rim-rattling dunks, some men defying gravity tonight. Sam Tolawasi, Ladarius Tabb having their own two-man slam dunk competition tonight.
More than a dunk competition, there's something else going on there too, and you have to enjoy that.
There's a bit of trash talking going on. These two teams don't like each other. It's the biggest rivalry in the BBL right now, the Battle of London between the upstart London City Royals in their inaugural season, BBL Trophy winners, and the London Lions, BBL Cup winners. Gate to gate, first place, having a truly remarkable season here, 20-3. Akinawim, Tabb, and now Lamar Roberts. This is Robinson, Lockhart, Akinawim, 8 on the shot clock. Big Joe driving. Roberts, he's got to get it off, and oh, good hands by Washburn. And now the Royals with numbers, wide open, Roberts, and he drains it. We're deadlocked at 59. And a turnover by the London Lions, and it's going to be Royals ball, as Kervin Bristol is going to check in here for Lamar Roberts.
And again, AJ Roberts shows that he has the nerve. Grown into his role coming off the bench.
Huge, huge three he hit against the Leicester Riders exactly a week ago, and then held his nerve from the free throw line. And of course, he had that big, big performance against the Manchester Magic in the NBL Cup final. Jackman, three ball, oh! This place is going to explode. Jackman knocks down the triple. Akinawim looking
Looked
to
like
respond.
a travel on the catch too. Pressure starting to be felt here by these London Lions.
Robinson gets the screen. Lockhart. Akinawim triggers the three. Oh, he gets the roll. And the captain gives a stare down to the Royals bench.
They did a little more than a stare down, I think.
Roberts. Jackman, the screen, Washburn, Jackman, pump fake, and he draws the foul. Tough goal here against the Lions. It looked like Jackman had dribbled into a double team.
It looks like a technical could be coming here for the Lions bench if coach doesn't calm down here.
Looked like Vince McCauley did have a case to make here. but nonetheless, it will be Royals ball here on the sidelines, deadlocked at 62. Wes Washburn, what a game he is having here.
And if you're the London City Royals, you need Washburn going to the rim here. Or you got the switch.
Skip pass, Toloasi. Toloasi, gotta get it off. O'Harobi, and now it's Akinawim tracking it down. Roberts, and a big screen from Bristol shakes up Roberts. Robinson, and now it's Jackman with the board. Washburn pushing it, numbers. Washburn gliding, finger rolling, and he gets it. Coast to coast, Washburn.
Washburn doing Washburn.
Holy smokes, folks. And Robinson draws the foul the other way as we're going to have a reach in here on A.J. Roberts.
And I wonder how long we'll see Jules Dangakoto sitting.
So just under 8 to go. Royals 64, Lions 62. What a game. It's getting hot in here. Bristol, Akinawim. Lockhart. Driving, Lockhart, Akinawim, crossing over, Akinawim.
Going nowhere.
And he turns it over. O'Harobi gathers it up. And now Jackman over the timeline. Get it on to Washburn to run the half-court offense. So get a screen, run the pick and roll, and now it's on to Toloasi on the wing. Jackman, it's got a size mismatch. It's long, O'Harobi reaches for it, and it's Robinson the other way. Robinson in transition. JR goes up, and he'll go to the free throw line. Good, smart move by Justin Robinson, the veteran, getting to the free throw line.
Used his body really well to create space through the foul.
So Justin Robinson from the free throw line now. Robinson with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. And money in the bank, Justin Robinson. Almost automatic from the charity stripe. He knocks down the first, and now Will Neighbor
will not check in yet.
And Robinson doesn't get the second to go. Washburn, Brian Manning, Roberts, Jackman, Toloasi. This 5 has had a good run here for the Royals. Brian Manning, nice look, but it's going to be last touch on the Royals. Right idea, but didn't have the execution.
There's a lot of contact on the screening action too, a lot of physicality. You've got to fight your way through to get that back cut.
So Toloasi comes out, Neighbor in. 1-point game, Lions ball. This game is going back and forth, seesaw affair. Can the Lions inch in front on this possession? Gui, Robinson, Bristol, Tab, and Akinawim. Veteran squad out there for the Lions.
Need to watch Tab on the rebound.
Tab! And it's going to be last touch on Ladarius Tab as he went to work on the offensive glass, showing his athleticism.
Again, he sniffed that one out before the shots left his hand. He's in position, ready to go, snuck in back door, and he's right into the rim for the rebound.
So Washburn will bring it up over the timeline now. Looks like he'll run the pick and roll here. Washburn from the elbow, elevates and hits. He is having a game. 17 on the night for Washburn. What a battle between two of the league's premier point guards. Gui. Watched by Roberts, Akinawim. He likes the 3-ball, he triggers it, it doesn't go. Battle for the loose ball, Akinawim. Wide open is NBA, going up top to throw it down. Ride him, Cowboy. Brian Manning, Matthew Bryan, amazing. 6 minutes, 5-point lead for the London City Royals.
Would you know that this is a London derby by any chance?
It is a game. This is a game, folks. Akinawim, Tab. Bristol. Robinson for three. Oh, he hits it. Robinson with the response. Both teams firing here. Washburn gets the screen. Roberts. Jackman. 5 on the shot clock. Brian Amani's got to get something off in a hurry. Step back three. Misses everything, and that's going to... Brian Manning pleading his case. Robinson the other way. And Jackman, not a bad foul if you're Orland Jackman. Brian Manning was out of the play.
Not a bad foul, and probably was a foul on the other end, but if you're Matthew Brian Manning, maybe the step back three is not the shot you want to take there anyway, so...
Royals got themselves in a little bit of trouble. Brian Manning in the corner with about 3 seconds on the shot clock, had to force it up.
You also need to be careful of team fouls here. If you're the London City Royals, you don't have many to give now, and it's early in the fourth quarter.
Peel. Robinson. Robinson driving. Robinson.
Great defense from the London City Royals. Can they keep it going? Don't overreact to that.
Weed driving. Tab. 3 ball from the corner. It doesn't go. And it's going to be, looks like a foul on Guide. So 4:53 left to go, 2-point lead for the London City Royals over the London Lions. This is a ball game, folks. Brian Manning, Washburn, Roberts, Jackman, Neighbor for the Royals. Robinson, Bristol, Tab, Guide, and Peel for the Lions.
It's early in the fourth quarter, but this already feels like a huge possession for the London, for both teams, in fact. You need a stop, and if you're probably the Royals, you need to get something going to the rim.
And it's knocked out of bounds by Peel. The stat sheet stuffer, so many different ways he contributes to this London Lions squad. Having a great game tonight, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and a dime as well, along with a block. Very good.
Huge couple of minutes for the Lions here as Ladarius Tab sits, takes a blow. Usually that results in a loss of production.
Washburn, step back.
Shot.
Neighbor. And Robinson tracks it down. Robinson. Driving, Robinson, and good defense. He drove into a wall and he's shaken up. This is some worrying moments here for the Lions. Washburn, the other way. Neighbor, wide open, 3, doesn't go. And it's going to be last touch on Guide.
That looks like a Royals ball to me. It looks like a good call by the official. Justin Robinson coming up limping here.
So Macaulay is going to call a timeout
and that's
here.
A good timeout there from Vince Macaulay, because he could give Justin Robinson some time to run that one off.
Very interesting to see here if Robinson is going to stay in. If he comes out, the Lions are short in depth at the point guard position with Spencer out of the lineup tonight.
It's a decisive factor in this one if he can't come back in the game.
So 68-66. This one is going down to the wire. 4 minutes left to go. Dickon Lloyd-Smith with me. I'm Mike Weber. The Battle of London. An important thing you have to do in this one, Dickon, is stay within the team concept. You get the feeling at times there are players that want to step up and play a little bit of hero ball, and you got to resist that temptation.
And absolutely, the Lions have done a better job of staying within the team concept and searching for the right shot. The Royals need to find that balance between guys making big shots and getting excited with the crowd and taking the right shot.
So the Lions have been sharing the sugar tonight. 14 assists. The Royals, 10 dimes. In the rebounding department, though, it's been the Royals that have been doing the work on the glass with 42 boards compared to the Lions' 33. Jackman to inbound from the end line. Roberts pops out in the corner. They go up top to Washburn.
That's a nice little set from the timeout. Can you knock it down?
Jackman, too
unlucky.
strong.
Unlucky.
And now 2-on-2 Peel. Peel driving. He's got the size mismatch and he dips his shoulder into Washburn and converts. Heads up play by Brandon Peel, recognizing the size mismatch. Jackman spinning away. Jackman, Washburn wide open. Washburn driving all the way, but he doesn't finish. Washburn leaves a couple points at the rim.
And for the Royals, you wonder how long till you see Ed Lucas in the game here.
So a foul on the play, and looks like Peel will go to the free throw line, and Washburn would like to have that one back, Dickon.
Yeah, that's a cheap foul at this stage of the game.
So a very interesting shift here. Washburn had the clear path to the basket, normally finishes those finger rolls, and then at the other way, the Lions with numbers able to get to the free throw line and get some easy points here and slow the game down.
And another team foul.
The London Lions, a very good free throw shooting team as well. So the Royals certainly flirting with trouble here. Absolutely. So in this fourth quarter, it is the Royals outscoring the Lions 12-9 in some end-to-end action. Lions won the first half. Royals have been picking it up here in the second half. This one's going to go down to the wire. And who will be the hero tonight? That is the question. Robinson with 21. Washburn with 17 in a battle of two of the best point guards in the BBL tonight.
Two very different point guards as well. Very different styles and ways to run the team.
So the real deal Peel will go to the free throw line.
And Justin Robinson stays on the bench.
So it will be interesting to see if the Royals look to attack that. And Andre Lockhart, the veteran, being given the keys of trust here by head coach Vince McCauley. The 32-year-old, he's a veteran, knows how to get it done here in the BBL. Longtime London Lion. And now here comes the press. Lucas, 2-on-1, Brian Manning driving, Brian Manning! And he'll go to the free throw line. Matthew Brian Manning, can he make them count here at the charity stripe? It's been his nemesis of late. He's a big-time player, NBA, making a case for MVP in the league. Can he be clutch here in the Battle of London? And ice water in his veins as he knocks down the first. The University of Washington product here. Talking things over with Jay Williams, head coach named BBL Coach of the Month in February, winning the Kevin Cadle Trophy. And 2 for 2 from the veterans. Here's the press now. Peel, Bristol, Peel up top, Tab! And he drove into Brian Manning, a tough one on Brian Manning. Looked like he had position.
Maybe just twisted his torso a bit. Looked like he stayed in his cylinder, really. I didn't see the feet move. Referees tend to bite on that whistle very easily. They almost seem to look for the opportunity to call it.
So Tab now will go to the charity stripe. A heads-up play by Ladarius Tab using his athleticism. And the Alabama A&M product, the Alabama Slammer, misses on the first. Tab now knocks down the second. And this place is getting loud here. Washburn, Lucas. Won a title last year in Angola with Petra de Luanda. And now Brian Manning up top. Washburn driving. Washburn, offensive foul. So a blocking foul on Ed Lucas.
It's called the moving screen on the back screen on the roller. The Royals went back to that action.
Left in the game.
Ed Lucas has had a tough game tonight, just 2 points. He's got on the boards though, contributing in other ways with 4 rebounds. Peel, 1 point lead Lions, under 3 to go. Guide, Bristol, backdoor cut from Tab, and it's going to be last touch off Jackman as he pleads his case.
They're asking the wrong official there. There's no way that that official can see that the ball came off Ladarius Tab.
10 on the shot clock as Andre Lockhart, the veteran, will inbound it. Tab coming off a screen. Peel going to work on Neighbor, spinning, and they're going to wave it off. He traveled. Brandon Peel with the turnover as he walked.
That will be
Washburn with 2:40 to go in the 4th. 1 point game. Royals can take the lead with a score. Brian Manning. And Tab gets tangled up. Washburn, nice dish, hello! And they're gonna wave it off though, a foul on the play. So Lockhart will be whistled for the foul as he reached in on Washburn.
It's a good foul too, very smart foul.
Crafty play from the veteran. He's been around the block, Andre Lockhart. AJ Roberts is gonna check in. He can give you some big minutes in the clutch.
So we're going for shooting here for the London City Royals. Lots of space around the perimeter with AJ Roberts coming in. Orland Jackman.
I like it.
And good
got to get the ball inbound
here from Lockhart. They got to get it inbounds. Lucas just in the nick of time now. 10 on the shot clock. Lucas in and out. Neighbor with the offensive board. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. Washburn. Washburn driving, cutting, and he drains it. Wes Washburn having a huge game tonight.
And if you're the Lions, you've used that defensive coverage on the pick and roll, and he's punished you several times now.
Peel, 1 point lead for the home side. Peel, Tab, up top, driving, Tab, spinning, Tab with the right hand, and he gets it to go. What a play from the Alabama Slammer. Back in the lead for the Lions. 1:40 to go.
Gonna isolate this side of the floor again.
Washburn, 3 ball, doesn't go. Bit of a heat check from Washburn. A tough shot, but at the same time, he's been hot tonight.
They've gone under the screen. It's his decision to take.
Tab, driving.
That's an offensive foul.
Peel, 3 ball, doesn't go. Washburn, pushing, Washburn. He'll drive, Washburn, he'll scoop. He doesn't go. Roberts, Lockhart, 2-on-1, Tab, driving, Tab. And we're gonna have an unsportsmanlike foul against Neighbor. And this could be huge. Will Neighbor was in trouble. He had the most dangerous player in the BBL, Ladarius Tab, the London Flyer, had his intentions set on going up top.
It's also an element of positioning too. Tab is always going to go to his right hand there. Just take a stand in front of his right hand and make him finish it with his left and see what happens.
1:06 left to go. Lions 1 point lead, 2 shots and the ball. Can they put the dagger in here? We've seen it go down to the wire between these two teams. What a finish in the BBL trophy. Ed Lucas knocking down the 3 with 7 seconds to go, sending it into overtime. And then Ashley Hamilton took over. The Lions looking for revenge tonight with that BBL trophy final fresh on their minds.
6-0.
How about the play here of Andre Lockhart stepping up and filling the shoes of Justin Robinson?
Steady presence, not turned it over. He has 4 turnovers on the game, but he hasn't turned it over since Justin Robinson took a seat.
So no points yet for Andre Lockhart, but 5 assists and 3 rebounds, and he's been a bulldog on the defensive end, making life tough for Wes Washburn, one of the most explosive players in the BBL. And now Tab, can he make them count? And he misfires on the first. So the product of Alabama A&M. Ladarius Tab, the 6'5" swing man, goes 0 for 2.
And that's huge.
That
is
could
huge.
haunt the London Lions.
A stop on a basket here for the Royals psychologically would be huge.
Gweed to inbound. Lions going with a veteran lineup here. Peel, Tap. He'll have a second chance for redemption, and it's swatted away. Get out of here, say Matthew Brown and Manning with the swat. 1 minute to go, 8 on the shot clock. And we're gonna get a timeout from head coach Vince McCauley. London Lions gonna talk things over. This is a huge, huge possession for them.
And it's an opportunity for if you're the London City Royals to waste this timeout. Don't be surprised to see them come out in a zone.
So the Royals outscoring the Lions 16-14 here in the fourth quarter, but it's the Lions with a 1-point advantage and possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock, so they're gonna have to craft something up and get a good look off in a hurry. And of course, they're missing their best pure shooter, Justin Robinson, bothered by an ankle injury, and disappointing for him. He was having a great game, and of course has grown up playing against so many of these London City Royals. Matthew Brown and Manning, the godfather of one of his children. It's got to be a huge blow to be out.
I'm sure he was looking forward to the fourth quarter of this game from several days ago.
So Justin Robinson still leading. Well, check that. Brandon Peel is now leading the Lions with 22 points. Robinson with 21.
And you'd imagine this is probably going to Brandon Peel. Whatever they've drawn up, this is going to be finding its way to Brandon Peel.
Gweed to Lockhart. Lockhart. There's Peel. Peel triggers it. Doesn't go. And it's last touch on Paul Gweed as he steps on the end line. Tried to throw it off the London City Royal player, but he stepped on the end line.
And this is huge here, this possession for London City Royals. You don't need to rush it. You want to get something going to the rim.
Washburn. Jackman. Back to Washburn. Can they get the spacing right if Washburn's driving? Washburn knifing. Washburn and count it! He went right down the lane, split the D. Looked like he drove into traffic, but he is up for it tonight.
Gets up, has a look, sees the rim the whole way, moves the ball. Seems like he has an age when he's up there to make a decision where he's putting the ball.
The game certainly seems to slow down for Wes Washburn when he's up above the rim. And a chance now to knock this thing down and put it to a 2-point lead. 40 seconds to go. Joe Akinwin, he's got that 3-point shooting ability. Will he pull the trigger for the Lions? That's a question. Tab. And it's a chance and an offensive board for Lucas. And the Royals get a huge second chance opportunity. Washburn, why not? Washburn. And we have a holding foul on Ladarius Tab.
And if you're Lockhart there, you're up on the ball way too high for no reason. You're going to get blown by and you're going to give up a foul for your team. That's not Ladarius Tab foul, that's yours.
Washburn, can he make them count from the charity strike? And the point guard from Iowa knocks down the first. 2-point lead for the Royals. 31 seconds to go in the Battle of London. Washburn knocks them both down. 3-point lead, Royals.
Lockhart.
It's too early to foul, but if this doesn't shot go up inside the shot clock, you need to be fouling if you're the London City Royals.
Kinawam size mismatch. Oh, Washburn rises up. Lockhart with another chance. Peel in the corner, and he stepped out of bounds.
And this will be timeout London City Royals.
That's a heartbreaker. Peel was wide open in the corner, and he's an above 40% three-point shooter.
And credit Coach Junior Williams down there. One, having to keep his bench off the court and then call a timeout at the same time. They say that the human being is not capable of multitasking, but I think we just saw him do it.
13.5 seconds to go. If you're the London City Royals, you're going to put all your best shooters out there on the floor.
Absolutely. You also you realize you're going to get a foul call here. Can you throw something straight inside to Matthew Bryan-Manning and get a foul and one?
So the Lions certainly going to throw all the length they have out there and try and get a steal and a turnover if they can on this inbounds. Otherwise, try to pressure, try to trap, try and get a jump ball, maybe a strip, but 13.5 seconds. It's a tough challenge. They got to get the steal and the 3-ball. So this thing is down to the wire here. The London Lions won both regular season games at the Copper Box Arena, 80-63, and then just 2 weeks ago, 102-89. Royals, of course, won the BBL Trophy final and are looking for revenge here on home court. What a match we have seen. First quarter was all London Lions. Looked like they were going to run the Royals out of the building. And great resiliency by the Royals not to give up on this one.
And this is a regular season game. This feels like a playoff game from start to finish.
And these two squads could be on a crash course to possibly meet in the second round, maybe even in the O2 final. Wouldn't that be something to see? Jackman to inbound. Jackman. Lucas. They got to get it in a hurry. Bryan-Manning, and the foul comes. Matthew Bryan-Manning will go to the line now. He's got to get one of these two, Dickon.
Absolutely.
So Matthew Bryan-Manning, he has won titles all around the globe in Argentina, Mexico, Japan, and France. He's got that winning pedigree, of course, here in the trophy. Can he make the clutch shot here? And he's way off on that one. 12 ticks to go.
And this one is important. If you miss this one and it's a 3-point game, you need to foul and send them to the free throw line. You can't run the risk of them taking a 3-point shot and making it.
Bryan-Manning hits it. Big shot as he quiets the Lions bench. Here's
now you don't want to foul. Anything but a foul here. Oh, he's out of bounds, surely.
Peel. Akinawam. He's running out of time. And they throw it around. Akinawam. Loose ball. That will do it. The London City Royals win the Battle of London in an epic comeback in front of a sellout crowd here at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center. 77-73. Dickon Lloyd-Smith, we saw it all tonight.
What a game.
What a treat everyone was treated to tonight. There were some tricks, there were some treats. 77-73, Dickon. Lions look to be in control of this thing, up 38-32 at the half. Where did the wheels kind of fall off for the Lions?
You have to look at the injury to Justin Robinson, but they still had opportunities after that. They had the two unsportsmanlike foul free throws for Ladarius Tabb, both rimming out, was probably the possession that decided the game.
So a heartbreaking loss for the London Lions. They play on Sunday down in Surrey. Surrey at the bottom of the table. Very important after such an emotional game that the Lions respond on Sunday with a big W in Surrey.
And with a day's rest, you would expect them to do so. And for the London City Royals, they go straight back at it at home against the Newcastle Eagles. You don't get a much tougher back-to-back schedule than that.
And that has a game of huge proportions as the Royals trying to climb up into third behind a
the Eagles a couple games here in the standings. Let's look at the rest of the games on the schedule here in the BBL this weekend. As we said, the Royals will host the Eagles, and on Sunday it will be the Surrey Scorchers hosting the London Lions. The Plymouth Raiders will welcome the Manchester Giants to town, and the Glasgow Rocks, climbing up the standings, will welcome the Leicester Riders, and the Cheshire Phoenix will host the Bristol Flyers. So do get out to some BBL action if you can. It has been a fantastic season. What a BBL campaign we have witnessed this year. For Dick and Lloyd Smith, I'm Mike Weber. Thanks for being with us tonight. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and we hope to see you again tomorrow night as the City Royals host the Newcastle Eagles. For all of us here, thanks so much for being with us, and see you soon.